Hello YouTube and welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. This is the last of this year's B&M sets and it is the second of the TARDIS set and it is the regenerating 5th Doctor and TARDIS from the Caves of Androzani. Regenerating because this is the 5th Doctor just before his death. Before we look at the figures, I'm just going to look at the background it comes with because that's really cool. So once again, they've done a really nice job with the background. This one doesn't really have any in-jokes in it, but it's captured the desert feel incredibly well. We've got some really nice images such as the smoke and the sand. And it looks brilliant. Once again, they didn't need to do this. They could have just packaged it with a white background and everyone would have been fine, but instead they give the option of displaying it with a really nice backdrop, which sets the scene of what is going on in this, because obviously this figure is from when the 5th Doctor is dragging Peri back to the TARDIS while close to death. So the Doctor figure, it's the same basic sculpt we've seen for all the 5th Doctor figures and has the colour scheme mostly of the season 21 figures, but mostly resembles the regenerated 6th Doctor figure which came out years ago. And this is a figure which everyone has been clamouring for since then. And it's only taken about a decade, but we finally got it. Articulation is the basic for the 5th Doctor. We've got head can move right and left, can't really do a 360. The arms can go 360. You get a 360 here, where it is completely unnatural to have an arm spinning and you need help if that's happening. 90-degree bend at the elbow, 360 at the wrist. The waist can do a 360 but it's slightly stiff. The legs can sort of kick out to the side but that's hindered by the coat. We get a 360 here in the leg which is still unnatural, and we get a 90-degree bend at the knee, but no feet articulation as usual. So articulation is standard. So for detail, the head, it's the more updated head they've done in more recent years with a different colour palette. And personally, I don't think it's as good as the original head, which looked amazingly like Peter Davison. That's not to say I don't like this one, because I do really like it. I think the hair is great and looks very much like Peter Davison's hair. And I really like that it's darker. It's just the face. It's a bit odd. We then get the red and green on the shirt. The jacket has the red lining throughout, but on mine, I don't know if it's on camera it looks alright, but mine, it looks more orange than red, which is a bit strange. The jumper is the season 21 jumper and looks really nice with all the stitching. And the legs are the pyjama legs he wore in season 21, and they look really nice. However, the entire thing, all the paint has sort of been given a dirty wash to it to resemble him going round in the sand, which is a really nice detail. And we get the extra mud all over his coat. I know it wasn't this much in the story, but honestly, it's a toy. Kids will want to have as much mud on it as possible to make it look realistic to the scenario of him rolling around in dirt. And it looks fine. It says what it's meant to be representing really well, and we get some nice. So, like on the trousers as well, we get a really nice dirty wash, which is great. On the back, the dirt carries on, and although I'm not sure dirt would crop just like that. That's a bit strange. They've also painted the buttons on his coat black, which I think might be a new detail, but I'm not too sure. And we also get the question marks on the shirt. So overall, this 5th Doctor is a very nice addition. I mean, I never managed to get the regenerated 6th Doctor because I was way too young to be collecting the figures back then. I was like 8 and I didn't really know about the classic series range in detail, so I wouldn't have known about it. But this is a really nice figure and it's great to add to the collection of Caves of Androzani figures, which is slowly building. We've now got the Colin figure plus a Peri and a Sharaz Jek, so pretty good set. Next we have the TARDIS. So this is the TARDIS as seen in the Caves of Androzani, and specifically Caves of Androzani actually, because of the paint they've done. But it is basically the TARDIS which is seen, I think, between season 18 and the end of the classic era. So detail, we get the traditional lamp on top, which is really nice with the blue lid, and the stacked roof. We get the white on blue police public call box sign, which is the same all the way around, which is really nice. The windows are a sort of yellow colour, which I think really stands out well. We've got the pull to open sign, which is great. We've got the door handle and the gold keychain, not keychain, keyhole, which really stands out. The doors both open, and as with every TARDIS, the pull to open door clips shut, and then there's a button on the bottom to shut that door. The colour is really nice. This blue looks a lot more like the 5th and 6th Doctor's TARDIS than the comedy blue of the 7th Doctor toy several years ago, which, while it is right for very late McCoy, I think it is slightly too bright blue. This one really gets the muted colours really well. Now, what makes this one specific to the Caves of Androzani is the extra detail they've gone to on the bottom, where rather than just leaving it plain, they have added brown dirt marks under the bottom, which is actually a really nice feature. I think I was a bit hesitant towards that idea when I first saw that, because I thought, oh, I just want a regular TARDIS. However, I think it's fine. I think, while I feel like they may re-release this TARDIS at some point down the line without that, which would be cool, but honestly I think it's fine with it there. I think it would have been better if it wasn't there, but for people which have like the 7th Doctor TARDIS, this is some added detail to make this TARDIS specifically a Caves of Androzani TARDIS, rather than just the TARDIS. Basically it's another ploy to sell more toys, which is fair enough, that is their job. So overall, what do I make of this set? I think it rounds out the B&M sets really well. We get a nice new 5th Doctor variant, and probably the last they can possibly do, which they will probably do because of the others would have too much tooling. And we get a really nice new TARDIS, which is a welcome addition to the range. Thank you for watching this series of reviews. I've no idea when we've got new action figures coming, but I guess my next review will be around Christmas, as that's likely when they may release Graham, Ryan and Yaz figures, hopefully, and hopefully a 13th Doctor TARDIS. So fingers crossed we get some new toys around then, and I can have some more to review. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.